You're tuning into the deep dive. We know you want to get straight to the interesting stuff without all the fluff.
And today we've got something pretty exciting.
Absolutely. A recently discovered Dacian treasure hoard found in Romania.
Yeah, it's always fascinating when the ground gives up secrets like this. We're talking about real objects, tangible links to the past.
So the Dacians, before we dive into the treasure itself, maybe a quick refresher. Who were they exactly?
Sure, so they were an Indo-European people. Think of that as a large family of related cultures across ancient Europe and Asia.
Okay.
And the Dacians specifically, they emerged from Thracian tribes, people living in the wider Balkan area.
Right.
But they developed their own distinct culture, their own identity, mainly in the area of, modern-day Romania and Moldova.
A unique group.
Mm.
And this discovery, near a place called Breaza, adds new piece to their puzzle.
It does. It was found by a couple of detectorists, Diana Zierl Moldovan and Sebastian Adrian Zahan.
And importantly, they handled it correctly.
Legally. Yes, that's a key point. They reported the find straight away, followed all the rules about protecting historical sites.
Good. Because that ensures it gets studied properly.
Exactly. It's now safe and sound with the Murray County Museum, the right place for it.
Okay, so let's get to the treasure itself. What are we talking about? What kinds of things did they find?
Well, it's quite a collection. Several silver bracelets were found.
Right.
Also a number of brooches, like decorative pins.
Uh-huh.
A silver neck chain as well, and what sounds like a really impressive belt.
A belt. Made of what?
Silver, again. It's described as being made of oval silver plates, and interestingly, these plates have decorative solar motifs on them.
Solar motifs. Wow. That sounds quite symbolic.
It really does. It hints at their cosmology, perhaps, how they saw the world. The craftsmanship is apparently exceptional, too.
And the amount, was it just a few bits and pieces?
No, not at all. The total weight of the silver is around 550 grams.
550 grams. That sounds like quite a bit for the time.
It's a substantial amount of precious metal, definitely points towards significant wealth or status.
Right. So valuable, beautifully made silver items. This is where it gets fascinating, I think. What does a find like this actually tell us? It's more than just finding old silver, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. The quality, as I mentioned, is really high. Experts looking at it suggest the owner must have been someone important.
High status within Dacian society.
Precisely. These weren't just everyday trinkets. They likely symbolized power, status, maybe even had some kind of religious role.
Okay, so someone important owned these things, which leads to the big question. Why bury them? Why hide such valuable stuff in the ground?
That's really the core question, isn't it? And there are generally two main lines of thought here.
Okay, what's the first one?
One possibility is that it was a ritual offering.
Like deliberately buried for the gods.
Exactly, a dedication. Many ancient cultures did this, burying valuable items in specific locations, maybe sacred spots, as a way to connect with or appease their deities.
That paints a vivid picture of their spiritual practices. What's the other main theory?
The other and perhaps more common explanation for hoards like this is concealment.
Hiding it.
Yes. During dangerous times, wars, invasions, general unrest, people would bury their valuables. The idea was always to come back and get them later when things calmed down.
But sometimes
Yeah.
they never did.
Sadly, yes. History is full of situations where people couldn't return to their hidden treasures.
So it could be a snapshot of a moment of crisis or fear.
Mm-hmm.
Someone burying their wealth, hoping to reclaim it.
It's a very real possibility. And what makes this specific hoard really stand out is where it was found, Breaza.
Why is the location so important?
Because, believe it or not, before this discovery, there was essentially no hard archaeological proof of Dacians ever being in that specific area.
Really? No settlements, no pottery, nothing?
No physical evidence reported, no. So this hoard is the first concrete proof that Dacians were present there.
Wow, okay. That is significant. It basically puts them on the map in a place they weren't known to be.
Exactly. It changes our understanding of the local history quite dramatically. The local authorities even said it, opens exciting new perspectives.
So it suggests their territory or maybe their influence was wider than we previously thought?
It certainly raises that possibility. It means we might need to rethink the boundaries or the extent of Dacian activity.
So a discovery like this isn't just an answer. It's actually the start of more questions, more work.
Definitely. It's a catalyst. There are already plans underway for more field work in the Breaza area because of this find.
What will they be looking for?
Archaeologists will be systematically searching the vicinity. They'll be looking for signs of, say, a settlement.
Houses, everyday life stuff.
Yeah, or maybe even something more substantial, like a Dacian fortress or defensive site nearby. This hoard could be the clue that leads to a much larger site.
That would be incredible, finding the context for this treasure.
Precisely, finding where these people lived, worked. It would add so much depth. We could connect these specific, beautiful objects back to the broader Dacian world we know from other sites.
Build a richer picture.
A much more complete picture of their society, how they lived in that particular landscape, maybe their interactions with others.
Okay, so let's quickly recap the key points here. We have this significant Dacian hoard, silver bracelets, brooches, a chain, that amazing belt with solar
Well, this
symbols.
is your Breaza, yes.
The quality points to a high-status owner. Why it was buried? Well, maybe a ritual offering? Or maybe hinting wealth in troubled times? We don't know for sure yet.
Two strong possibilities.
But the really big news here is the location. This is the first solid proof of Dacians in the Breaza area.
Groundbreaking for the local history, absolutely.
It really forces us to reconsider their presence and maybe their reach in the region.
It certainly does. It underscores how one find can reshape historical understanding and spark whole new avenues of research.
It really does give you a lot to think about. When you consider these are personal items, adornments, maybe symbols of belief like those solar motifs, and they turn up somewhere completely unexpected. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What was the story of the person who wore these? What did those symbols mean to them?
Exactly. What kind of life did they live?
And, maybe more importantly for the future, what else is waiting to be found in Breaza? What further secrets about the Dacians might that area hold? It's a fascinating question to leave things on.